Guys, well played. Philippe, they were already quite excited about you. You must be delighted to have made really the perfect start.
Yes, I miss these games. I miss, the Premier League. And like I said before, I'm very happy to be here, to know my new teammates. So, yes, it was a good start. I think we had a good game. We keep believing until the end. We could win the game. But, we didn't lose and we move on.
How did you feel about the day before it all got started? Being announced to the crowd, you're a big new signing. Quite nervous, maybe?
Yes, a little bit. Like always, I don't speak English very well. I prefer
Philippe, you do.
I prefer to play, to be on the pitch than to keep saying, keep talking. So I'm happy. It was the first game, so we move on. I want to work hard to improve and be in better shape.
But it's not just the day that you scored on your home debut. It's also the day that Jacob Ramsey scored his first Villa Park goal. So a Villa lad, that must mean the world to you, Jacob.
Yeah, I think I've scored 3 goals now in the Prem. First 2 were both away, and I think I said to myself that next one's got to be at home. Obviously, I had the one disallowed against Leicester. But yeah, no, happy to get my first Villa Park goal.
Okay. The feeling then, when the whole end erupts and the ball hits the net?
Oh, whole end, singing your name, coming through the academy, that's what dreams are made of. When the ball hit the back of the net, I'm buzzing, but then we're still 2-1 down, so we got to go again. Yeah,
exactly. So at that point, it's just a consolation. So you must feel even better when you roll one across the box for Philippe.
Yeah, his first game since he's come to the club. Everyone's got excited about him. It's a big name. I grew up watching him when he was at Liverpool and at Barcelona. So yeah, when I got the assist for him, even better really.
Thank you for that.
Well, what a special moment for both players today, and actually Jacob Ramsey scoring his first goal at Villa Park, and of course Coutinho coming on and having quite an impact. Villa have got quite the little team going on there, haven't they?
Yeah, and we've seen that guy there, Chukwuemeka, as well, walking off. I feel like he's going to be someone who's going to play a big part. But like Coutinho said there, he just wants to get himself right, get himself fit. Because what he'll do, he'll improve that team by far with what he is capable of doing. We saw him there, he's experienced him getting himself in the box, getting the goal. But we know what he could do outside the area. In those 10, he'll create chances. And I think people like Ings and Watkins will very much benefit from his play.
Philippe Coutinho, do you think we're going to see the best of him now at Aston Villa?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. A couple of years ago, this guy went, to Barcelona for 100 million.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the guy is a special player, a fantastic technician. And if they can find a way to get in the ball in these little pockets, he's fantastic, That's what he's all about, little 1-2s, getting to the space. Ramsey was absolutely brilliant. He's such a talented young kid at 20 years old, but see, Villa had a bit more width. United, you think they're in a decent position, but because Villa have a bit of width, they can pop it about. Mings does great to come inside there. And then it's just some nice little 1-2s. You see the width there. Do you go or do you stay?
Exactly.
Creates a little pocket, come back inside. It's just really, really good from Villa. They had no width. They couldn't go wide in that first half. Then they did there. I mean, we said Ramsey, but Wright mentioned Chukwuemeka. Yeah, I mean, fantastic player. Powerful. Those 2 young guys had a huge impact on the game.
Yeah, they did. And then, Wrighty, talk us through Coutinho's equaliser here.
Well, again, you see the width, but then what's happening is you could see that Dallow's got a problem because he doesn't know whether to go or stay. Before they were very narrow, but what's happened is that you see Lindelof, he's got to come out. See the width, now you see Coutinho's got himself in a position, very clever position. He's got on the back of Varane and then bam. It's fantastic play from Villa. The thing is, I think that what Villa will be very disappointed with, is the fact that the first half, what we saw with Man United, who, like I say, don't control the game, they didn't put pressure on them. They didn't put this kind of pressure on them. They didn't have enough width. They didn't have enough people passing the ball into areas, playing it off one touch, making movement, bringing players out like we saw with Lindelof. And so it was very comfortable for United. As soon as they done it, they got the 2 goals. And I think Stevie Gerrard will be probably a bit disappointed.
That they didn't get more from the game. Yeah, because obviously if they'd played that well in the first half, they could well have walked away with the 3 points.
They could have. Maybe the early mistake for Martinez, unsettled them. They looked really nervous. They didn't have any of the ball the first 10 minutes. United started the game well. But really, the shape didn't really suit the way that they were playing. Once they tweaked it, they looked really dangerous. If that game would have gone on for 5 or 10 minutes longer, I think Villa would have got another one. So I think they'll be delighted that they found a way to get a draw with the way they started the game.
Absolutely. There must be no better feeling for a player to come on, making your debut for a club and scoring a goal as well.
Yes. Especially when you come like Philip Coutinho's come. Like Owen said, 140-odd million, 146 million to Barcelona only a few years ago. Now he's at Villa. And he's come to Villa and he's under pressure. He's come there, Steve Gerrard, his old teammate. Stevie Gerrard needs him to do this. So he's going to come there and he's going to be nervous. And, what he's got around him, you've got front men who can score. You want them to be a bit more clinical. But he's got good young midfielders around him that he can impress upon, show what he's capable of and bring them on as well. There's a lot to look forward to there for him and those young players. And the pressure, he will take off himself just getting that goal. I can't explain what that feels like.
Brilliant stuff. OK, well, we are going to take a break, after which, welcome back to Matchday Live, where Manchester United have a 1-0 lead at half-time. And I guess the Villa fans will be largely disappointed because their side have been really underwhelming. And I wonder whether it's because they conceded so early on, Wrighty, and in the fashion with which the goal was conceded, that we haven't seen the best of them. No,
we haven't. I think that Man United did start pretty well, but let's face it, I think that Villa have not. They started very passively. We saw this 2 against 1 there, Owen. We saw that and we thought maybe as well with Mings dropping in there. It's just, look at the line, look at the Villa line. It's not organised. Goalkeeper's trying to blame Cavani for being in his way, but to be honest, the line's so poor that it is, he's got no one to blame. And it's to be honest, it's exactly what they deserve. They've been very poor, Villa, and it's not what I expected from them.
Poor, really poor. I mean, look, 2v1, that's why they take it short, because there's only one there. Danny Ings, he doesn't know who to go. Does he stay with the runner or does he go with the pass? So that was probably the worst half Villa have played under Stevie G so far. They were really flat, really narrow, and I'm sure he'll change it at half-time.
And a huge mistake from Martinez there.
Huge, yeah. I mean, he's a fantastic goalkeeper. He was brilliant last season, one of the best in the league, but he just makes a mistake. Exactly. He's got no excuse. He doesn't take a deflection.
He's trying to find someone to blame, saying that Cavani's in his way and everything, Owen. But
he'll know, don't he? He'll know, right?
You know what that is? That's the start of the game. It's a bit of lack of concentration. It's all happening and he's made a big mistake.
Yeah, he certainly has. So whilst Emi Martinez has made a huge mistake, David De Gea made an excellent save, didn't he?
Well, other than Cristiano Ronaldo, he's been mentioned as best player this season, David De Gea. He's been absolutely outstanding, back to his absolute best. Great shot stopper. Yeah. He really is. And I think, obviously, defensively look quite sound. That's been the one good thing, the fact that under Ralph Rangnick, United defensively have been better.
Yeah, a lot more solid.
They're not conceding as many goals. Again, that's another good save from Coutinho there. So De Gea's had this form all season.
Yeah, he certainly has. So that's Manchester United. They played pretty well, but then they've been allowed to play pretty well because Villa have just been so disappointing. Yeah. Steven Gerrard, no doubt, will be really disappointed.
He will be disappointed because when you look at them, we've noticed that the forwards are so close together. There's no real options. Look at the space. There's a lot of space there. One of the forwards should be here. Cash is out here wide. There's not too many options for the man on the ball. And Man United, that's like counter-attack. Like Owen said, you counter-attack there. This is perfect for Manchester United, the way they're playing. Very narrow, too close together, not enough space. Someone's got to come wide. I believe that one of the forwards should be coming wide. The other forward's too far away. And then this ends up just coming all the way back. And this is the break. It's like Man United haven't got to do too much here.
No, I mean, because they have no width, they always end up going back to the keeper. And the crowd in this one in particular, they turned a bit. There was a big moan up there. Then when they're trying to play forward, look, Mings doesn't have anybody to hit. There's no angles. Cash has got to get out wide. The people got to find little space. Good players always find space. Yeah, all those players that you can't pass them the ball. So in the end, they go square, and then in the end, it just fizzles out. So I think for Aston Villa, get a bit of width. I know he's trying to get the best out of the front two in Ings and Watkins, but actually, in Bundia, none of them are in the game. No. They're really good players, but none of them are in the game. He needs to find a way to get those players in the game.
So, do you think that Steven Gerrard might look to his bench and perhaps bring on a certain Philip Coutinho in the second half?
The main thing is that you've got that player at hand, and you like to think that if he can come on and they can get the ball into him in and around that number 10 area, which Buendia is trying to play in at the moment, he will make something happen. We know he's got the capability, but at the moment, they can't even get the ball into that person. So they need somebody who's going to come on and wants the ball to make something happen, because at the moment, very comfortable for Man United. They haven't have to do too much to quell Newcastle.
Yeah.
I mean Aston Villa.
Aston Villa, yeah. Interestingly, Manchester United have scored in the first 10 minutes in 4 of their 8 games under Ralph Rangnick. And they didn't manage to do so in 20 games under both Ole and Carrick. Can we read into that at all?
It's early doors, I think. Obviously, it's great when you can start fast. I think at times under Ole, they started a bit slow. But look, it was a big mistake from Emi Martinez. You threw him a huge lifeline there. But I think United will be happy with that first half.
Well, Joseph, what a party.
Yeah, it was a great victory for the players, the fans and everyone.
What do you think about your performance?
I think it was good and each game it keeps getting better.
We need this match, no, with 3 goals.
Yeah, it was really great because we fought hard for this victory and everyone deserved to be happy.
Bueno, es el mejor partido de la temporada en lo que va de Liga, ¿no?
No sé si el mejor, pero sí el que hemos sabido jugar con el marcador a nuestro favor, que nos estaba costando mucho. Y sobre todo felices por ganar en casa, porque nos estaba costando muchísimo. Desde que hay público en el estadio solo habíamos ganado un partido de no sé cuántos. O sea que hoy el partido creo que era fundamental porque nos ponemos también a 3 puntos del Español, que es un rival directo, para alejarnos de ahí abajo, para irnos tranquilos de vacaciones y pensar en lo que viene.
Con el partido contra el Valencia también nos ponemos por delante, pero el Chacho se quejaba, ¿no? Un poco que nos había faltado controlar el partido. Hoy es lo que tú dices, ¿no? Se ha conseguido.
Bueno, sobre todo hoy no hemos tenido errores individuales que nos pagaron contra el Valencia. Creo que es un partido para sacar conclusiones positivas. Hemos vuelto a ganar en casa, tenemos que hacernos fuertes aquí de lo que queda de temporada, porque fuera de casa sí el equipo está respondiendo bien y tenemos que seguir esta línea.
Cuéntame el gol, ¿no? Porque ha sido una jugada rápida, pero cuando te ha llegado ha sido como mucha pausa, las pican. ¿Cómo ha sido?
Bueno, recibo de Hugo, controlo y normalmente Diego López suele salir a tapar. Veo muchos partidos y Diego López en los 1 para 1 suele salir a tapar, entonces yo controlo y él no ve lo que voy a hacer, entonces intento picársela un poquito y cruzársela con tranquilidad.
¿Cómo ya tocaba?
Tocaba, pero ahora mismo sentimos una alegría inmensa, ya no solo por el partido, sino estamos trabajando como el que más, estamos en el día a día muy sacrificados, con los pies en la tierra, con humildad, y al final somos una piña y hoy nos lo merecíamos y se lo merecía también la afición, que pues mira, no estamos ganando, no nos están saliendo los partidos en casa y aún así la afición cree en nosotros, nos apoya y nos transmite el cariño día a día.
Eso te iba a decir, has dicho que sois una piña equipo, pero la afición también. Hemos visto ese momento tan bonito ahí en la esquina.
Sí, sabemos que le debemos mucho a esta afición, no solo de esta temporada, sino que por desgracia hemos vivido un par de temporadas muy jodidas sobre todo a nivel mental, muy difíciles de sacar y las hemos sacado esas temporadas gracias al apoyo de ellos. En otra situación, en otro equipo, la afición lo dejaría de lado y aquí, cuanto peor iban las cosas, más estaban con uno y con el equipo. Y eso es de agradecer y se lo agradeceremos hoy, mañana y en un futuro.
En lo personal, vuelves después de varias semanas que parecía que sí, pero al final no, 90 minutos con asistencia.
La verdad que bueno, no estoy al 100%, pero creo que he podido ayudar al equipo. Venía de mucho tiempo parado, unos problemas que no se me daban ido. Entrenaba, tenía que volver a parar, volví a aparecer, volví a parar. Bueno, espero que ahora sea el fin de esta lesión del carajo, porque ya estoy frito y que pueda ayudar y contribuir al equipo.
Saca 2001, 2022.
Por el 2022 a tope. Tenemos que seguir con los pies en la tierra, saber quiénes somos, de dónde venimos y con esta afición, con el equipo, con el compañerismo y el sacrificio. No quiero ser pesado, pero creo que son las claves para mirar hacia adelante en un futuro.
Gracias, Hugo.
Gracias a vosotros.
Gracias, Hugo.